What's up guys, we're back. In this video, I'm going to go over how to buy raw land in the United States, meaning agricultural, rural land with utilities or not with utilities on it. A lot of people have been writing to me since I just went through this experience in the last 6 months. I am now putting a barn on my 6.74 acres of zoned agricultural land in upstate New York. It will hopefully be open to the public by June 1st. A lot of content coming your way on that. The Amish are building it for me. They actually just drafted the barn plans that I have right over here. I can't show you them though, because I'm very proud of this. I'm very proud of what I came up with, what they came up with. I think this is a unique barn that I know is going to be unlike anything you've seen in the general rustic barn space. But for those of you that want to leave society, start a homestead, grow your own food, stop eating the food they're feeding us that is not good for us, make money off of your land, just exit society, you've had it with people, this YouTube video is for you. I'm gonna go over it step by step. Step one, you are going to go to Zillow. Now, before any real estate agent writes under this, Zillow's an awful website. I'm sorry, I find it to be the most up-to-date and comprehensive website that I have used when finding land or houses or apartments in real time. I also have my real estate license, okay? So please don't attack me for it. I find Zillow to be more updated even than landwatch.com, although landwatch.com isn't bad either. So you can do a lot of what I'm about to teach you guys on Landwatch as well. I haven't checked out Trulia. That's the other Zillow, I believe. I'm sure it's fine or just as good, but I'm a Zillow girly, so. Okay, so for the purposes of this video, I'm going to take us to Burlington, Vermont. So Burlington is going to be the large city center type of place that we are going to be basing the land off of. So I'm bringing us to Burlington because we want to look about 20 or so miles outside of Burlington for land that is going to be rural in nature. Naturally, the rural land is not going to be inside of city centers. I'm gonna remove the boundary here because it will do that for you. So when I start to kind of move around here, I see, there looks like a little town south of it, a bunch here, there's a major highway and all that. So I'm gonna venture over into this region around Bolton and state parks and everything like that. I have it ticked here for sale, apply. Price, I don't apply that yet just because I don't want to filter anything out that I don't need to. Home type, I'm going to deselect all and just include lots and land, obviously, because I'm looking for land in this case that I want to farm on. So already I'm seeing this pop up, 20 acres for 60K. I'm going to click on wherever that one is. That's not a bad rate. So I'm assuming this one is undeveloped. Probably wow, I want this land. This is beautiful. Look at this land. Okay, branch, precious resource for irrigation, natural gem. Lots, rural and agriculture. Wow, first time on this video here. I just pulled up an amazing piece of property for anybody watching this. It's freezing up in Vermont, but look at that. It's gorgeous. So anyway, I just pulled up 20 acres, $60,000. That's a great rate. I'm gonna go ahead, yes, unimproved land, there you go. There are no utilities on the land. That is what you are going to find with affordable land. You don't necessarily need utilities if you're gonna start growing food on the land. Get solar panels. There's many options available to you as far as the utilities part of it goes, which I can cover in another video. But yeah, this expansive canvas beckons to be tilled, sown, and cultivated, offering boundless possibilities for agriculture. You guys, can somebody buy this and then comment under this video if you bought it, please? Because this is stunning land. So, all right, you just found your land. Obviously, if that didn't work, you just keep going here. And you look at the map, you do some mapping. I sometimes put the address into Google and then Burlington just to check how far, because you can't always tell from the map. Is it a 45-minute drive to the land from Burlington? Is that gonna piss you off if you're flying into Burlington to get to your land? You can see there's a whole range here, of prices. 4 acres for 132K. That's probably some nice land. Oh my God, this land is stunning. I need land in Vermont. This is a problem. This is a problem. Lot feature zoning, rural. Okay, there it is again. Pretty easy to find rural land in Vermont. Also, obviously, if you're looking to do this in a state like Connecticut, there might be some options, or you might need to just venture a little bit outside of it. Upstate New York was great where I am for it. Tons of space, not a lot of people. Nobody realizes there is a whole state above New York City, but there is a whole entire state. Now that you have found the lot you want to buy, you're going to do something that is critically important, and I can say this after 5 real estate transactions. You're going to drive by the land. Please do not buy it sight unseen. I have done this. Bad idea. Bad idea. Because the land could be gorgeous. You could go on Google Earth and look at it and it could look stunning. The problem is you want to make sure your neighbors aren't cooking meth. And that's a real issue because I discovered this when I was driving around North Carolina a lot. These lots, these houses that looked gorgeous, not even, half a mile down the road, there were dogs chained up in the front yard, which I'm not into that. So please drive by the land. Look for land that's a driving distance of you. You might need to go on a 3-hour road trip. Ask a friend to come with you, get some coffee. Drive by the land. Make sure that the surrounding properties are not a problem. Trust me on this one, okay? Let's say you drive by it, you love it, looks great, or you don't love it, then you do the same thing with another property. You drive by it, you love it, you want it. If you don't have the cash to buy the place outright, which most people don't, you do have 2 options available to you from what I've discovered. Again, researching loans for my land in this country, there may even be more than these 2 options. You can either go to Farm Credit. This is a US specific only program. Farm Credit is a network of co-op financial institutions. I'm using Farm Credit East for my land. I didn't need prior farming experience. I didn't need to put together a business plan or anything like that. Or you can go to the USDA website, the US Department of Agriculture. They do have 0% down programs if you are low income. They have grants. They have programs for minorities. They have everything on that website. Call them up. The people who work at the USDA are quite literally paid a full-time salary by the government that your tax dollars are paying for this to talk to you on the phone and advise you on what to do based on your goals and your needs as somebody in agriculture or farming. Believe it or not, our government does want to encourage people to get into the business of agriculture because it technically makes their life easier as far as growing our food goes, not to mention the tax breaks that come with doing this are astronomical. And as I do more of this year and then actually experience the tax breaks for the first time for 2024, I will obviously be making content about it for you guys. All right, you found where you're gonna get your money from. Contact the listing agent on Zillow associated with that listing. So back at this beautiful land that I really hope somebody buys. As you see, there's a big blue button right here that says contact agent. And it is literally that simple. The agent's phone number is also at the top right there as well. So you can just straight up call the agent. If you are hot on this deal, if you want it right now, call that person up. Otherwise, they are going to get your message and probably get back to you mine messaged me in 30 minutes. She called me up. She was like, I see you're interested. Do you want me to put in an offer? Have you secured financing or are you paying in cash? I was like, I have a pre-approval letter from Farm Credit East. Let's do it. She's like, I'm putting in the offer now. If you want to go above or below the asking price, we obviously went in a little bit below the asking price. She got back to me and let me know that there was another all cash buyer, which is preferable than if you have a loan. So since I really wanted this land, I said, that's fine. I will pay the full asking price since I have a loan. And then that way I can beat out the all cash person, which ended up working out in the end for me. You gotta use that pricing psychology. The seller accepted my offer and I spent the next few weeks satisfying the loan requirements. Farm Credit had a lot of different things they wanted from me. Nothing was like impossible to do, you guys. It was just asking for tax returns, profit and loss statements if you run a business yourself, things like that, just to make sure that you are able to pay back the loan that they are giving to you. It's very standard for any type of loan situation in our country. I satisfied all the loan requirements. We set a closing date. I went to the closing. I was in New York State, so I had a real estate attorney with me, which was new for me because we do not have those when we deal with real estate in Florida. So I had my real estate attorney with me. We closed it. The land is mine, and I'm now making a monthly payment on the first of the month to Farm Credit East. Nothing about it has been rocket science. Now that happens, right? So you buy this land, okay, you own the land, right? So technically that's it, you own the land. I would recommend getting a survey done. They typically cost around $600. If the land doesn't already come with one, call the local town that you're in, ask for the surveyor to come out. They are very busy right now, but they usually are able to come meet you out in 2 to 3 weeks time. Ask them to walk the property with you. So the surveyor will show you the official perimeter of your land. They will show you things maybe you do know or don't know are there that you might uncover. There's a creek you didn't know was there or something like that. So definitely get a survey done and have the surveyor walk the property with you. From that point on, you guys are kind of free to do whatever the hell you want with your land. I went ahead and had a gravel road put on mine so I could at least pull onto my land, and I had an Amish company do it for me.
Amish. What?
I have a lot of Amish content coming your way, by the way. Working with them has changed my life and I'm obsessed with them. Everything they do so professionally, it's incredible. But I had an Amish company, 2 brothers, put a gravel road with a culvert on my land so that I can pull onto it. And I have always known that I wanted a public element to my land, and I'm building a barn that's gonna have events and workshops in it. So I obviously need a gravel road for people and construction companies to be able to get up to the space to build the barn for me. You don't need any of that though. Technically, to get started growing food on this unimproved land, you can drop a shipping container on it for 2,000 bucks and start growing stuff right inside of that shipping container. You can do hydroponics, grow towers, microgreens, UV lighting, all sorts of stuff. You can get started right away. As for the water situation, I do have a well on my land. There's rainwater collection systems, rainwater barrels that you could use. If you bought that beautiful land in Vermont, I think there's a massive gushing river. You could just go scoop some pails of water out of that thing and pour it into your plants to get started. You can get creative with that part of it. Since I have not grown anything on my land yet, I'm gonna stop the video here, but once I do explore that, I am going to have grow towers in my barn when it opens in June. I will obviously be making videos on that. I don't want to put the cart before the horse. With that being said, it is easier to buy undeveloped land in this country than you might think. It's easier to start growing your own food in this country than you might think. I have a lot of educational content coming your way on everything from zoning and permitting to buying undeveloped land to making money off of your spare space to side hustling off of unimproved land or inside of a barn. So stick around. And if you're looking for a reading recommendation, you guys know, you can already see I've just read this thing to death. The Farmer's 2024 Almanac has incredible advice, information, everything related to farming in here. So if you're thinking about doing anything with the land, you must buy and read this book. No, I'm not sponsored by them, but that would be amazing if I was. Okay, bye.